Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing a review on the Everlast 1910 speed bag. So check it out. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review of the Everlast 1910 speed bag. This retails for $79 through Everlast. It's made of full genuine leather construction and is manufactured in India. Spec-wise, this bag is about 6 inches in diameter around the fat part of the belly of the bag and 9 inches in height, which is probably the most common when it comes to speed bags. 6x9 is pretty much what you find in most gyms that you go to. It's a really good size for both advanced users as well as people that are just starting off using the speed bag and learning on it. Typically, when people ask me what's a good size for them to start off with, I usually recommend 6x9 because you can start off using it if you have never used a speed bag before, and if you continually to improve, over the days, weeks, and months, you don't have to go out and buy another speed bag or get one that's smaller per se. You can stick with the same one and save yourself some money and continue to use the same one. Now the 1910 model lineup from Everlast is kind of more of that old school look and feel. At least that's what I believe that Everlast is kind of going for. The leather on here looks really pretty nice. I mean, considering what Everlast has, in terms of their range of equipment. Obviously, they have the really cheap stuff that gets kind of a bad reputation. That everybody calls it Everlast, and they do make some really nice stuff. Some of the higher end stuff, like their full leather power lock gloves, as well as their MX line as well. So there's definitely a wide range, and I feel like this is quality wise right around where the power locks are in terms of the type of leather that's used. You can see design wise, it's actually a pretty cool looking speed bag. You have separate panels that are stitched together with leather. So you have like 2 black panels and then a white panel, and then 2 black panels and a white panel again. On the white panel you have the Everlast logo. It says Boxing Equipment Everlast, established 1910, worldwide. That's printed. You have the metal rivets that keeps the top loop connected right here. You also have a label that shows where it's made, which is made in India. Pretty standard with the laces that keep this inner portion together. That's where you insert the bladder. So again, if you need a replacement bladder, all you have to do is unlace this top portion, remove the old busted bladder, put a new one in, and then inflate it. The actual insertion port for it is at the bottom, which it should be. That's a perfect location right there. And the nice thing about this port is that it sits flush with the bottom, so you don't have any exposed rubber tip right there. It does say wet needle before inserting. Everlast, 4 pounds of maximum pressure. For those of you that are wondering how much do I fill it up, I usually fill mine up pretty firmly, because over a couple of days of me using it, it'll slowly kind of leak out air. Not because there's a leak in the bag, but it kind of naturally happens where air will start to come out and it'll soften up. And if you notice, if you leave your speed bag at your gym or in your home like I have here, over time eventually you'll start to kind of flatten, which is a natural occurrence. But I usually like to get mine nice and firm, that way when I do hit it, it gets a really nice pronounced feel and it has a good snap to it. But overall, the construction of this bag is really nice. It's held up pretty well. I haven't had any issues. I do like the fact that there's no plastic patches title. Is kind of notorious for that by putting their plastic patches right on the striking surface. So if you were to hit it barehanded, it just kind of irritates the side of your hand or your knuckles, just depending on how you hit your speed bag. So I do like the fact that Everlast didn't go with any kind of crazy patches or any kind of anything on the surface right here, because that's the area that you're going to be punching. So metal rivets up there, you can see the stitching looks pretty clean. This top piece is nice and firm as well. And there's the bottom. That's also kind of, I don't even think that's leather. That's more of like a synthetic material, kind of like a tacky rubber material, that yellow right there. You can see everything looks nice and symmetrical. So let's go ahead and hook this thing up and see how this thing performs. In my opinion, from me using this, I would say it's about middle of the road in terms of rebound and speed. Some of the faster speed bags I have would be like the Jim Bradley speed bag, which is definitely more on the pricier side because it's, I believe, if I recall, it's made in Australia and it has a very nice rebound. When it comes to speed bag rebound, there's a couple factors that go into it. A couple factors would be the size of the bag. The larger ones tend to be slower. The type of bladder on the inside and the thickness of the outside material. I did have a rival speed bag I did a review on a while back, and although it was really pretty nice quality, it uses the microfiber, I felt that the microfiber skin was too thick. So what ended up happening is when you would hit it against the speed bag platform, I felt that microfiber skin would absorb too much of the bounce or the impact, and it wouldn't allow the bag to move or rebound freely or much more quickly. So sometimes it's not so much the quality of the material that they use that's going to increase the speed and the rebounding capability of the speed bags. Really, sometimes the thickness of it, because sometimes if the material is too thick and when you hit it, it just will kind of go dead when it hits the platform. So that's something I look for. I feel like this bag it does pretty well, but it's definitely not the fastest bag I've used. I think the tidal gyro balance is quicker. It does feel good when you hit it. And it's held up pretty nicely, but I'd say it's kind of middle of the road when it comes to that. You can see it has nice balance to it. It feels good when you hit it. I feel like it's not off balance. There's no flat spots or any bulges. The leather feels good to the touch as well. stays true to balance. Now, obviously that has a lot to do with the kind of swivel you're using as well. But I feel like it stays true to balance. Like there was never any point in time that I was using this that I felt like it would hit and then it would kind of do one of those quirky moves where it would kind of flip out of balance. So it's always stayed on balance. So yeah, I mean, you can see overall the quality on this is nice. It's a good size. My only, I guess, opportunity or negative or con, whatever you want to call it, would be that it doesn't rebound as quickly as some of the other bags that I've used. Like even like the Cleto Reyes speed bag, I feel like that rebounds quicker. And that feels more comfortable to hit. I feel like the leather on there just has a little bit more of a supple feel to this one. This one feels a little bit more on the stiffer side. The Ringside Apex speed bag, which I did a review on, definitely moves quicker than this one and it's cheaper. And now obviously the build quality on that is not as good and it uses synthetic, but if you're looking for a speed bag where you can just go as fast as you possibly can, like max out on speed, I feel like you can do that with the Apex compared to this one. So at the price point, it's a solid bag. I think this would be more geared as good as a beginner bag. For more advanced users, if you guys are really quick with the speed bag and have the skills that pays the bills, if you want to call it, with the speed bag, then you may find that this one might be a little bit too slow. That's just my opinion. But you know, if you do have this, maybe find someone that has it, you can try it out. Or if one of your gyms that you go to may have this bag, then at least you can kind of put it to use and see what you think about it. But it's kind of right there in the middle of the road. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find this Everlast 1910 speed bag. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.